G'day everyone. In this video, I'm going to go through my in-game settings. I've seen a lot of people ask in the comments. I do show them in the no recoil videos. However, they're not on the screen for that long. So here's a full video dedicated to my in-game settings. Let's get into it. All right, so I'll go through the main thing first, the controller settings. I'm very basic. I don't change much. The button layout, I have that on default. Stick layout also on the default settings. Obviously I don't play on inverted. I'm not 60 years old. Dead zone, you only need to change that depending on the controller you're using. If that controller has stick drift, you will need to adjust the dead zone. There's no other reason to be changing that. Now horizontal stick sensitivity, I play on 7.7. The ADS multiplier for low zoom is 0.70 and high zoom is 0.85. I don't snipe too often when I'm playing on controller, so that's not much of an issue. Aim response curve type is on standard. Controller vibration enabled because when I'm using the Zen, it needs to be enabled. Aim assist is also standard because I tried some of the others. Honestly, don't feel much of a difference. Standard. I'm happy to leave it there. Scale aim assist with FOV because I play on a higher FOV. I have that enabled. Other stuff here. Let's have a look. So we've got these. Like who's gonna change those anyway? Contextual tap, so I can pick stuff up off the ground pretty quickly. And armor plate behavior, apply all, so I only have to hold Y, triangle, just the once, and it'll put on as many plates as I can instead of having to hold it. Slide behavior, I've got that as tap to slide as well. Automatic tack sprint is on. Vehicle camera resense, I've got that disabled, so when you're driving the vehicle, if you go to look to the side of you, it automatically brings you back to showing you like behind the car. That was annoying me, so I've got that disabled. And parachute auto deploy is disabled as well. I had that enabled for a long time, but now I got that turned off, and yeah, all good. So I'll go through the general settings as much as I can. The top one, controller, keyboard, and mouse, it's irrelevant. Field of view 105. I did have it on 120. I heard the rumor about aim assist not working once you go above 105, which is bullshit. So I honestly just haven't turned it back up to 120. That's the only reason why it's on 105 after turning it down from 120. Lazy. That's it. Now, brightness doesn't matter. Most of the other stuff here doesn't really matter at all. The other one here, though, is the colorblind type. I'm not even going to bother trying to say the name. However, this is what makes the names above the enemies appear yellow instead of red. I personally think it's easy to see, so that's the one that does that. The other stuff here, mini-map shape, this is all basic stuff that should be changed anyway. Instead of circle, have it as square so you see a bit more of what's going on. And all this other stuff is, again, fairly irrelevant. But graphics, again, most of it's irrelevant. I'll go through it anyway. So that's the type of monitor that I use. That's the graphic card that I use. You can see, like, I'll quickly scroll through the graphics. I mean, I have most of the stuff on normal or low because I just want the frames. I don't really care about, how good the, papers on the desk and stuff look like. I don't really give a crap about that. So what I say crap, I don't give a fuck about that. Anyway. But yeah, that's that. I mean, I've gone through the main thing. I'm sure most people just wanted to know about my controller settings and didn't really care too much about graphics or anything. So I've done that. Audio, I've got boost low, so when I've got the headphones on, it apparently makes the footsteps a bit easier to hear. So that's been like that since the start. Most of the stuff that's here is just going to be, my own personal settings that you don't really need to copy or anything. You don't really need to copy any of the settings I've gone through, but a lot of people ask, what are your in-game settings? Can you do a video on the settings you use? And this is it. All right, I'll also just quickly show, I just use a standard Xbox One controller. If you notice the red thing there, it's called a Control Freaks. The name of it is it's a Control Freaks Inferno is the one. No, this isn't a fucking ad. You think, again, like no one's going to sponsor, like, look at the state of me. Like, no one's going to sponsor this because I say fuck, So anyway, Control Freaks Inferno is what it's called. It's meant to help with precision aiming and that sort of thing. What it does, without all the sales bullshit, is it just makes it a tiny bit easier to track the targets when they're moving. That's it. That's what it does. It's a bit awkward to get used to because it's taller, makes you stick taller. However, it does make it just that little bit easier to track your targets and make smaller adjustments when you're aiming. That's all it does. Now I'll hold it a bit closer so you can sort of see. Hold it a bit closer so you can see what's going on. Try and get a decent view of it. I don't know if it's going to focus or whatever, but I think you get the point. I'm sure you've seen plenty of like stream misuse it or other people's videos where they're using something. That's what they're called. That's everything. I like to make my videos quick, so I don't want to keep talking for any longer. If you got any questions or you want to see something else, just let me know. Thanks for watching. See you next time.